enough. There's some gold. So begin, yes.
Did you change the name of the stream? Oh no, you did. Okay. For some reason, my Twitter says it's episode 49, the interview with Enemy Esports, LCS rundown. Okay, that's weird. Thank you, Twitter. Welcome everybody to Oceanic Battle Arena. Trippy, which number battle arena is this?
I believe it's week 26. I'm your host, TripGuy5, joined by Victor Bradley, my main man, who is co-casting with me because I think Archie Darren might be at a mate's house doing some things. Getting in a ribbon band straight up. I don't think Playscape's in this game, but oh well, we'll see how that goes. Morgana
He is not in this game. Another targeted ban against someone who's not here. And Morgana, always a good ban, definitely on my ban list, just because she can be a real pain to deal with. That black shield, you know, just blocking all the crowd control. You just don't want that. You don't want that.
That's 3 bans for 3 games so far. So yeah,
always a good ban.
Always a good ban. I hate Morgana actually. She's so annoying. Akali is annoying to a lot of people. I'm not going to disagree with that. Braum is a bit different though. I don't really see a need for a Braum ban unless they're scared of it.
I think he's just banning all the supports he doesn't like.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Akali ban. You know, I don't think she's really all there. She can still definitely snowball and get ahead really easy, but you know, I don't really think she's worth that kind of ban because she really depends on the snowball, and she doesn't have that big 120 AP item to pick up on her like third back or first back or whatever, depending upon how bad she's snowballing. And Jarvan and Vi,
standard
tier junglers, I don't see why you wouldn't ban them. Blue team, you didn't need to ban Jarvan though. That's the thing, because you have first pick. You can pick up Jarvan. You can take the strongest jungler. So you know, just find out. You know. Is is someone interested in playing Jarvan? Okay, lock it in first. Instead, you've gone for the brand first pick, the less than optimal brand first pick. If I do say so myself.
Brand can be played well and can be quite strong. I was a bit of a brand player back in the day, and maybe it's like support Teemo. Haven't seen a Teemo for a while actually. Have not seen a Teemo for quite some time. Be interesting, and as long as someone doesn't pick like fucking Darius or some shit. Eve, an Eve pick. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think Eve is can Eve clear the jungle very well anymore, or is it really difficult for her?
You know what? I've played Evelyn. I tried her a little bit at the start of the season. She's not terrible, and the reason she's not terrible is because she can start with her Q, her hate spikes, and just sort of pull the mobs around a little bit, rather than sitting in their face and tanking all the damage. She can drag them around and sort of save herself a little bit of damage, and sort of just damage when her E, which is a double strike thing, comes off cooldown, so she can run back a bit, keep hitting the Q button, come back in, take a couple hits, step back, keep hitting the Q button, come in, slash with the E button, and she can save herself a lot of damage that way. But otherwise, definitely not a very top tier jungler right now, Evelyn. I've tried myself. She's very hard to make work. I sort of pulled her off a little bit with some invasion tactics, but you know, then I was struggling to get in lanes, and you know, couldn't keep ahead. Just couldn't keep ahead. It's very hard to do. We have the Thresh pickup as well.
Thresh pickup was good. Sivir being one of the top tier AD carries right now, other than like Kalista and Graves. Very good. Works well with Xin Zhao and such. Xin Zhao jungle, we didn't see it go very well first game. Maybe we'll see a change. Swain main being picked up, either mid or top, we don't really know. No, Malzahar now. Malzahar is...
Seeing some hovers. Malzahar.
It's interesting.
You know?
Malzahar has actually got a high win rate in the higher elo, but in the lower elo he tends to be a bit...
Bronze, he's the most winningest champion in the game in bronze.
Yeah. Maybe I got that wrong.
He can definitely make things... Because the thing about Malzahar is he does 2 things in this game. 2 things, and he does them both probably better than most champions. He clears waves really fast, and he kills 1 champion straight out. 2 things he does very, very well. Killing a champion and clearing waves. Just drop his spells on the wave, the whole thing disappears. Drop all his spells on a champion, that champion disappears.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the GP pickup. It's been a little while, GP, but it's good to see you again. Who's he against though? It looks like this is going to be a top lane Quinn game, which you know what? Gangplank doesn't have a lot of terrible matchups because he can sort of sit back and farm that Q. The only people he really has to worry about are those that can push the wave right down and dive him and just harass him on the tower. Because he can't go back much further than the tower on the first tier. So like Pantheon and Fiora are his hardest matchups. I'm not too sure about the Quinn lane though.
Quinn has played rank. I refuse to accept the fact that people think Quinn is bad.
You know what? Quinn is Quinn top lane can be very, very abusive, especially into her best matchup, which is Tryndamere. Quinn is, as far as I'm concerned, Quinn is the #1 pick into Tryndamere. If you ask Steven Garstone, he'd say Teemo. I say it's Quinn.
I say
because
Quinn as well.
There is literally nothing Tryndamere can do to play into Quinn. Now, if it's Teemo, he can sort of take the blind and stand back and then go in on Teemo and start trying to cut him up. So he can sort of play around that blind a little bit more. But Quinn, he goes in, she jumps off him, she shoots the shit out of him. He's trying to farm, she shoots the shit out of him. He's on top of her, she blinds him, she shoots the shit out of him.
She eases as well to get out of there as well. So make sure she doesn't get hit even more. Yeah. I just got a message from JC Jacob, who was playing Quinn, saying the legend returns, because we have seen him play Quinn a couple of times.
But also, Tryndamere ults, she ults, runs away, and then uses that insane movement speed to just come in and kill him. The Gangplank matchup, though, you know what? He might get that sheen and start hitting her for a bit more damage. And he can just sort of sit back and maybe lose a little bit of farm because he doesn't want to get the shit shot out of him by Quinn. And just focus on his Q farm. You know, it'll keep him up there, but it won't... it'll keep him up there. He won't have as much farm as Quinn, but you know, you get to that sheen power spike and then you can start shooting her a bit more and maybe kick her out the lane a bit, but you need to have a little bit of respect for that Ignite she's picked up though, because she will have better dueling potential than you, like she would anyway, because you know Quinn's a strong duelist, she's got a blind, she's got a really strong slow that can create her ranged gap again. You know, not a lot of AD carries really have that, a move that just creates her entire range gap. There are dashes, but hers just literally puts her on the edge of her range. And slows you down as well. So,
just going into a discussion about which team do you think will have the advantage or advantage during the points of the game. For me, with a lot of orange going in blue team, I think if they can synergize their Leona ult and their GP ult with Sivir ult, and if they have a good team fight thing potential going on here.
They got some good wombo, some good AoE between Brand and Leona's ultimate, as well as Cannon Barrage. If they can sync them up, they can do a little bit of damage, and Sivir can keep the gaps close. You know, she can get everyone into the fight, and she can get everyone out of the fight as well. And Xin Zhao's ultimate can be used as a form of disengage. However, if he's too hasty with it, can screw up most of the engage. He can knock everyone out of everyone else's ultimates. So focus mainly if you're gonna use that ultimate, unless you're like doing some crazy like Xin Zhao 1v3 stuff, because maybe you got that far ahead and you can do that. Then you know, jump in there, use your ultimate. But for team fight specifically, maybe save off and try and use it for your disengages, you know, and Sivir might even have to do that as well. All depends upon how the lane goes. I think that if it doesn't go in red team's favor, I think they have, other than having a Quinn on their team, not a Quinn, sorry, an Evelynn, other than the Evelynn pickup, I think they will play much better from behind, because they have such strong wave clear.
They also have the potential of
between core.
Yeah, they have the double AD carry. Yeah, the double AD carry as well will be doing a lot of like a lot of sustained physical damage, and then Malzahar can honestly just go on one person. One person who would be like the biggest threat to you, either Corki or Quinn, or even like Evelynn as well. Evelynn could just probably take it up with a shield. But then Quinn can also split push if they really need to try and avoid all that team fight potential. She can split push top as long as you have the wards. You can just have that. You can split push top or bot or anywhere, like either one of the lanes. You can ult out. You can have a spare flash just in case. You have the attack speed if you wanted to go Yumi's or something. It's a lot of potential. But anyway, might as well do the plug now. We are the Trinity Force podcast, the Oslo Trinity Force podcast. This is Battle Arena Week 26. I am Trip Guy, and I've got Victor here with me. Game 3, about to get in here. If you want to check us, our website's oslo.trinityforcepodcast.com. If you want to check out the Oslo podcast itself, featuring Victor, it is on Wednesday nights. I think does it start at 7?
It starts around 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay.
Normally, sometimes we start at 7, but I think right now it's 8 o'clock because Scott keeps showing up without a shirt and he's got to go out and buy one. That man does not like shirts. I'll be honest. He does not like shirts.
We also will be hosting OCE Battle Arena on Fridays, starting at 7. For anyone who still doesn't really know, because kind of the stream's sort of been like dodgy recently with my setup. There's a lot of people going around. A lot of pings going on here. You can also check out the other side of the world on Across the Ocean on the Trinity Force podcast on the NA side, NA Battle Arenas and NA T-Force podcast, featuring a bunch of guys that I don't really know the names of, but they're there. Their website is Trinity Force
the
podcast.
T-Force podcast consists of the head, the godfather of the podcasting network, Adam Ponophobia Cogswell, the funny man, the pun man, Mr. DeClaude himself, good friend of mine, DeClaude. I talked to him on Twitter. Mr. Punchinello, Sheriff Punch, Days Untold, very popular. She's a Sona player actually, so she'll be rocking that DJ skin, and Mr. Chira Jaden. And there's also the LCS Rundown, which consists of Motganorum, he is the host of that show, and the controller of Poppy Watch. Speaking of Poppy Watch, there's also Mr. Optimus Tom on that podcast. And Sifa, sadly, Cradle Mushroom has left, ripping pepperonis. And what's his name? You don't know him. You're a bastard. But Mitch Cereal Box, that's right.
Alright. You can also check out our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/T-Force Podcast. You can find all the previous VODs on there from previous streams, the extra podcasts in case you missed them. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch we stream a lot random, like other people will stream random games. I might even come in here and hijack the stream for a while if I ever want to.
Follow. You'll get notified every time that the podcasts go live, as well as battle arenas. And the Filthy Casuals, we picked up a World of Warcraft guild very recently, and so they stream a couple days a week as well, doing some raids. So if you're interested in World of Warcraft as well, go check them out. Give us a follow, and you'll be notified when everyone goes live. Gangplank hasn't died yet. He's playing it well.
One quick thing, if you want to talk to other T-Forceans, check out, you can join the chat rooms, T-Force or Oslo, and we'll be in there. And a lot of damage coming in, bot.
Big engage going in here. Ooh. Both summoners had to be flashed though, because Leona, she went in there, but she went for the body block CC, which is good CC. You get your body in there, and then they gotta walk around you. It's a good indirect form of CC. I use it myself. Gotta be aware of the tower range though, because you went into tower range, you took a hit, and then that really killed your whole engage. You had to burn 2 summoner spells to survive it. And you also burned your exhaust as well. Do you remember who she used the exhaust on? I wasn't watching.
I think she used the exhaust on Corki. I wasn't quite sure that. Whoa! A lot of summoners being blown very fast, and it was Brandon got to pick up that first blood on Malzahar. A lot of damage. Gotta be warding, make sure, because Zinzar's gonna be sticking to you. You're not gonna be able to get there.
Zinzar's a very good early game ganker. You need to be aware of that, because he does have access to a gap closer and an airborne at level 2, same as Jarvan. except Jarvan's is a little bit more reliable because he doesn't have to get all the attacks off. And there's a big gank coming in by Evelyn, and they weren't expecting it. They're going in big, but Leona, good use of Zenith Blade. She's going to get to the tower range, and Evelyn's got to back off here. But Zed taking a little too many tower shots here. He's going to go low, and he's going to get killed by Sivir. Thresh, you stayed in too long for that extra flay. You had to drop your aggro first. Just pay a little bit more attention, and next time it might go a little bit better for you. But good engage nonetheless.
Good gank by Evelyn.
Respect the tower's damage. Evelyn, you got in there, and that's what's important. You came from the back where Tribrush is. The best way to gank is to come in right from behind, so they have to run through you. And Leona, good use of Zenith Blade to get to the Evelyn and pull yourself into turret range. And Sivir for knowing to turn around and right click.
Knowing to shoot your gun, even though you don't have the gun. But most AD carriers have a gun. But oh well. Good plays around. You know, Quinn up top farming very well. It's coming up on the 5-minute mark and hitting that 30 CS. It's doing very well, and yeah, like it. But GP hasn't died.
Yeah. Well, in this lane, we are definitely expecting Quinn to heavily outfarm gank.
Oh, here we go, gank coming in on Quinn.
Oh, big gank coming in here. The airborne's going to land, and GP should have his Q up again here for a big shot.
1-for-1.
And he should be out. Oh my god, the blind was able to drop them, and the Quinn flashes out, but the dash just came up in time for Xin Zhao there to get the kill.
I reckon if Quinn was able to blind him and then E then flash, she would have got out, but I think E's on a kind of a long cooldown, which is probably why Quinn isn't picked up as much as he probably could be. If they like maybe reduce some of their cooldowns, maybe if they made a range a couple of units longer, I reckon she'd be very good. But unfortunately, Riot doesn't see the motivation to do that.
I think their Gangplank didn't quite respect the ignite power she had over you. You sort of went in there and opened yourself up a bit. You should have stayed back a little bit, sort of focused more on landing your Qs, and you know, then if she got low enough, you could have got in there a bit better. Big engage by Leona. I guess they have the advantage now after getting that kill on Thresh, but and they're definitely exerting it a little more. You know, Leona's sort of becoming the oppressive bitch that she can be when she, you know, hits level 2 and or gets ahead. Here's a nice little touch, right? Gangplank's his poison now actually shows up as a poison. Actually, a big engage going in here. Use the Valor, but didn't quite get the damage off there. And now Quinn. Now, it wasn't quite noticeable before. I checked when we were talking about the farm difference between Quinn and Gangplank. Obviously, it is 20 CS, which normally is a lot. But, of course, with that Q farm... Oh, and Malzahar gonna die big here. Fabulous gank.
No ward still. You need to have vision in your lane. Otherwise,
yeah, definitely. It goes a long way to buy some green wards over a ruby crystal and a sapphire crystal. And 2 Doran's rings. Not prioritizing the right stuff here. You're getting ganked? Well, there's your problem. You need to buy some wards and and Evelyn's gonna go down. This Xin Zhao's gonna be a monster. She's gonna be an absolute monster, but yeah, so yeah,
a lot of damage coming.
Before Gangplank.
Oh, sorry, I just want to say there was a lot of damage coming from. Nah, my turn. Just want to say a lot of damage coming from Sivir with that boomerang bait.
Even
doing
now,
a lot.
yeah, and good old like Gangplank.
Good map awareness.
That's really gonna help him.
Good map awareness.
That's gonna help close that gold difference between him and Quinn. Him dying was really what's put him behind here. When he was Q farming and not getting ganked for and dying in a fight that didn't quite go their way, he actually stayed pretty well close to Quinn in farm just from his Q farm. But now that gap jumped to a little over 500 gold. And now with that kill, he's closed a little more, and with that tower as well. Gangplank, you are now even gold, just about with Quinn. Like 100 gold difference. Keep focusing on your Q farm. You'll be able to close that a bit more. The next time you go back, you should be able to pick up a Sheen, and you know, start shooting Quinn a bit because you got that Sheen proc. Normally, when I play Gangplank, you know, I'll focus on my Q farm all the way till I can get my Sheen. Good dragon, by the way. Using that advantage, you just took the tower and you made a good rotation.
Good play. Getting out of
Very
there.
good there. So yeah, but yeah, when I play Gangplank, you know, I go for just focus hard on my Q farm, try and get. Oh, look at
Oh
this
my
big
god,
fight!
this burst. That was
So
ridiculous.
much damage coming out with that cap closer. But yeah, Gangplank, I'll normally farm up my Q, go back at 1200 gold, ideally, and pick up a Sheen. Then I'll start shooting my opponent a bit more because that Sheen spike is really powerful on Gangplank. And Space Age comes down on Leon, and Sivarod's gonna be used for piece disengage. Malzahar deactivated his ultimate far too early, and Xin Zhao's gonna get away now.
Yeah, a bit of a
Rookie
silly
mistake.
move.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Just a rookie mistake that we all make sometimes. You know, you get a bit excited, and Malzahar being the button presser he is, you know, you just hit that ultimate twice, and you damn it. And big gank coming in here. Wow, Evelyn coming from behind, had that Thresh assistance, able to, that's going to help Malzahar come back a little bit more, and soon he's going to be able to get a few items, and he can just focus on clearing the waves, and of course, clearing waves makes gold, so wave clear is really going to help bring Malzahar back, and that's just a nice little push for him.
I'm just, it's on the subject of pushing waves and gold, look at the gold, the creep difference, and the gold difference now between Corki and Sibba. It's 43 CS difference in that bot lane. That is really like a huge gap.
Yeah.
It's nearly 2 grand. Oh, it's like 1.7, 1.6k up on there. Combine that with the kills and the assists that Sibba has. Sibba is sitting on almost 2 grand, so she'll be able to pick up the pickaxe and some other things if she wanted to. That's a lot of gold, and Corky's just gonna have to work really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, Corki, I felt like he didn't start the lane that bad, and so I have to wonder how that gold that farm deficit became so big. I want to say it's because he's not focusing too much on his farm and sort of trying to focus on his Corki advantage of being Corki and being able to harass with phosphorus bomb and whatever. But they did take those deaths from the ganks as well, so I guess that contributed. And you know, and also that mistake on the tower early game, but you know, farm is the #1 thing you got to focus on. So if you try and avoid making that difference, that's really bad gold for a damn man 80 carry, and the big gank coming in hop turn. The flash goes down, but she's oh, look at that damage.
Good flash.
If only gank.
Oh,
The nice flash pillar of flame there to secure the kill. That was close. Quinn could have. Quinn was very close to picking up a kill on Xin Zhao there, because you know, that ranged advantage and also that gold advantage of being a laner as opposed to a jungler. A jungler normally will be down in a bit of experience and down in a bit of gold. Of course, because Quinn is performing so well here, you know, able to get those big kills on Gangplank. A lot of damage coming out there, but 3 men. Yep, 3 men probably outweigh your gold lead at the moment, so be a bit more careful there. If we look at the top lane, you got some deep wards, but you got nothing watching your backside there. But still, deep wards are very powerful, but it doesn't protect you from the Brand gank, and as we can see, Brand ganked. He was what was gonna drop you in the end there.
It's a little bit of a lack of vision up on the top sides, both jungle and a river, so it's kind of, you need to get some wards up there.
Credit where credit's given. Yeah. There are deep wards.
There are deep wards. That's not going to help you getting ganked.
Well, a Xin Zhao gank, probably.
Probably.
The only way you're not going to spoil. I mean, he comes down this backside of blue buff. You probably won't see him, but when he goes for his buffs and whatever, and obviously he would have had to go on to his blue buff eventually because he didn't know that it had been stolen from him. So good if you see Xin Zhao running through the jungle there, but doesn't really protect you from Brand. Evelyn went big with her ultimate, but good changing targets. She went for the Xin Zhao. Focus a bit more, watch what's going on, don't red eye on Gangplank so hard. You might have been able to get in there a bit quicker to help Malzahar out.
Still no like wards coming from Malzahar. I don't think I've seen him buy a ward yet, and you still get, that's the third gank, and that's the third death he's got from it. You need to get, there's a little bit more vision wards coming from blue side, not red side. So there's one vision ward and...
Oh, a big fight going on here at the jungle. Can Brand pull it off? He does. The auto attack. Wet Noodle is going to save him there. Very, very close
coming out at about
Brand's
50 health.
Brand's strong right now. Brand's got a little bit of Brand's got a good amount of damage behind him. Of course, he does have that haunting guy's power spike that Brand gets. And wow, look at that fight in bot lane. The box goes up and Evelyn's in there, but when the Gangplank ult is going to come down, that's going to lay down a lot of support. Sadly though, Sivir picks up the kill with a boomerang. She's zoned out of the fight, and she's not going to be able to get anything else here. She's going to leave, but Leona might be able to clean this up with Zenith Blade, and there it goes.
Yeah. Good fight spot lane. Sivir taking a lot of and Gangplank. Good map awareness from Gangplank. I'm really liking how his ults have been on point in the bot lane, and when he caught everyone out as well, like good ult from out.
If he got another spell in there, he would have killed him. If he got that W or that E down quicker, he might have been able to drop him just there, but I think he flashed away and he wanted to get it straight away. Good ult on the tower. If he had another ability in there, would have dropped him.
Yeah, but I was saying, Sivir doing very well, collapsing in the sleeve, getting a lot of damage, keep farming, putting pressure on that bot lane with her wave clear, able to split push that. Corki's going to be able to do a lot as long as Leona stays with her. They both get gold, they both get experience. They have good ward coverage, really good ward coverage coming from blue side. Dragon is up and they will go and take it. It will be the second dragon for them for the game. 15 minutes in and a 5k gold difference at 15 minutes.
The red team still do have the wave clear possibilities. Corki, very good at wave clearing, and so is Malzahar. So, you know, if this starts getting a bit troublesome, maybe it's time to start focus on just wave clearing, trying to turtle it out. 5k gold is a big difference. So I think just, you know, sitting back a bit, trying to wave clear and try and turtle it out a bit more might be where you're going. No one really has late game heavy champions at all in this game, so, you know, that Corki drop off, not really something you gotta worry about too much. The only real late game you gotta worry about is our Sivir's big crits.
Maybe even Quinn, if Quinn gets enough like damage in and does enough work, probably
you know what, Quinn, I think Quinn probably would be able to outdo the Sivir, just because of that blind, that jump, and she's got a good amount of gold behind her too.
Oh,
and look, she's gone.
Oh, the spell shield on the ult is enough to block it.
There we go, and look at that big GP crit to finish her off. That's good. The thing that's really good about Gangplank, he gets a power spike with every item he buys. You buy that Sheen, big power spike. You get the Trinity Force, big power spike. You even get a Phage, it's a big power spike. You get that Static Shiv, it's a big power spike. Everything's just power spikes with this champion. Every item gives him a big power spike. Great champion. 10 out of 10. Everyone should start playing him.
Don't encourage slow wheeler players to start playing GP. I'm never going to see the end of it.
Gangplank was my first champion.
I think Ashe was my first champion.
Oh, well, everyone. Well, fucking, I played the tutorial, so yeah, Ashe was first.
Nah, I think I actually bought Ashe. I think my second champion was Lux.
Well, the first champion I ever bought was Gap, because Gangplank was free, and I think, oh, big Gangplank out here, the Chilling Smite gonna come through, the ultimate, and all these hate spikes are coming through, the red buff is gonna keep him slow. He's not gonna be able to get out of this, there's too much slow coming through from hate spikes, he's gonna go down.
Oh, so much damage coming from Sivir with that Infinity Edge, must have got a very early. Zindao doing amazing ganks, able to stick on people, getting fed off the Malzahar, not warding. Power of vision, probably wouldn't have died 3 times, but still. He's able to keep up a little bit in farm, could be a little bit further ahead. Sivir doing very well. The gap between Sivir and Corki now is almost, is it 70? Yeah, it's almost 70. No, it's 68, I think, right about now. It's ridiculous. There is currently a 2.5 grand, no, 3 grand gold difference between Corky and Sibber at that huge goal difference. And they're just going to keep snowballing on this. Ooh, Malzahar and Evelyn going in on Brand. Brand
going to finish him off with the Ignite. Evelyn left it for him. Well, nice guy, Evelyn.
Yeah, good guy, Evelyn. It's not like it would be better to try and get Malzahar.
Oh like, boy, here comes on the hunt coming through. Zillion's going to Zinzal's going to audacious dash in there and just consistent damage going to come through and finish him off there.
Might be looking to buy.
Worth noting that Zinzal actually went for the warrior enchantment, which is not common for Zinzal. Normally more of a devour dependent champion, but you know what? Not against it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Well, if it's working,
just not gonna have as much late game power. It's working, definitely. Warrior will give you instant stats. That's what's good about Warrior. It gives you instant stats, and you can
nearly 2v1.
Get your damage in there very early. Yeah, good kiting.
Okay. I reckon it's a blind got out. Kiting
is what's important.
Number one tip for all AD carry man, just learn how to AWP walk.
Yeah, but on the topic of Warrior versus Devourer on Zinzal, like Warrior at the moment probably the better upgrade just because it's Warrior, but and I do certainly like Warrior. Different, like you sort of got to make a decision when you like if you're on a Devourer type champ. Most of them can build Warrior. The decision you got to make is, well, if I go Devourer, I have more late game presence because I'm doing like big stacks of magic damage. But if I go for Warrior, I get instant stats, and I can start using that power instantly. Whereas Devourer, I gotta stack it up a little bit. So Devourer is gonna be better in your late game. And you know what? He went for the Warrior option. And more credit to him. He's getting around the map. He's getting into lanes. He's killing people. He's assisting for kills. He's got a lot of pressure on the map, and he's got a really strong lead. Warriors probably was the better option for him.
Yeah. Interesting pick on Sibber. I think either one, either PD or Static Shift, but maybe Static Shift to get the better wave clear because she has amazing wave clear. But I don't think it's either or. I think on Sibber, Sibber's like
it mightn't be necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, she does have the brand as well, and Gangplank's got a Static Shift as well, and he's also picked up a Tiamat. So a lot of good AoE coming out from Gangplank, and look at this big engage. They are just getting absolutely melted here. That tower went down. Stayed for the tower. You don't need to stay for the tower.
Yeah, 100%. No. Oh! Tip of the Zenith, like getting caught.
Look at the movement speed, but is it going to be enough? She should be getting the speed back now, but a good flank here. She's getting right in there. Gangplank even there. He flashed for it.
5 for 1 and
go.
5 for 1.
Positioning is what it comes down to.
5 for 1, 2 towers, and now Blue could probably go and get Dragon if they want to get a third tower. Yes, nah. I reckon they should try and
I don't think
get this tower, then go to Dragon.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna get greedy.
I guess because they're so far ahead, they really can just do this. But you know what? The safest thing to do right now. You be in there.
Don't get
Dragon.
greedy.
You got pressure on that top lane as well. Gangplank, a very good rotation. They were definitely going to get those towers. Just go to top lane, you can get another tower. And now Dragon's up, and look who was there to meet the Dragon. Good rotations. Yeah, I do think PD's probably was the better option for Sivir, because she already does have incredibly good wave clear. But also Brand has good wave clear.
It's still an either or, but like
Brand can really make up for that wave clear that she loses when she doesn't get the Static Shiv. But you know what, Phantom Dancer, technically, it's better item for the single target sort of fighting stuff she's gonna be doing, and I don't really think she needs that extra wave clear, to be honest with you.
Well, if you ever wanted to do a little split pushing bot, if you ever wanted to, doesn't really matter. Again, it's like an either or, but yeah, good pickup. So able to extend her lead. Corky, unfortunately, is not able to finish a full item yet, and it's coming up 24 minutes. Only pick out the Soul Shoes, hasn't finished Triforce yet.
Yeah, though that's not good. That's really not good.
You probably did not need to get, again, like did not need to go boots. You can finish Triforce, you can get that extra movement speed from Phage anyway, and as long as you had the proper positioning, use your W move to escape, you probably didn't really honestly need it. Even if you're just going to go for the magic pen, it's like...
Well, Corki does get a reasonable power spike.
Oh, Quinn going 1-for-1 in top lane. That was very...
There you go, there's a
huge burst.
A trade happened there. But it stopped the top push, and blue team were able to get the inhib there. What are we talking about? Sork shoes. Corki gets a power spike from the Sork shoes. It's not like Berserker's Greaves where, you know, it gives attack speed, and for attack speed to be any good, you need to have damage, and to get damage, you need to build damage. Whereas spell damage, it, you know, comes plenty of it will come from your base stats, so, you know, Magic Pen, not a terrible stat to build. The problem really is he's just behind, and he wasn't able to complete his 24s, ideally at 15 minutes, or around the 20-minute mark. It's now 25 minutes into the game. You've missed your power spike, to be honest, Corki. It's not giving you anything. I mean, it's giving you stuff, but you're just so far behind, you can't use Corki's strength. Which is that Trinity Force power spike and that mid-game power. You're a wave clear bot at this point, and that's really what you should be focusing on. And if you focus on your wave clear, maybe pick up a bit more gold, and, you know, maybe you can pick up an Infinity Edge or something, and maybe get a little bit of late game damage off with it.
Just look at the goal difference right now. It's over 10,000 at 25 minutes in the game. It's a huge lead that the blue team has. They could probably they get vision all up in the enemy jungle, have complete map control both the Baron if they ever wanted to. I don't think they honestly really need to at this point. You can control Dragon, get the 4th Dragon, make sure that the red team doesn't get anything. Quinn was gonna have to help Turtle now. She can't go back and split push that top lane anymore, which is kind of gonna hurt because that was gonna be Quinn's plan to begin with. Especially, I think now is going for the U moves, which will help you push the towers faster. But it's just not going in red team's favor, unfortunately, at the moment. But it's been good by Xin Zhao, been good by Sivir, it's been good by Bran. Gameplay's doing work. Leon is doing a lot of good picks on people. They're just synergized, and that's probably what's going to win them the game, unless they horrendously throw by getting too cocky or something.
Yeah.
But still.
What's good here is again, well, it's a big fight, and Xin Zhao, so much damage right here, and everyone's just gonna start dropping. Like I said, you know, you gotta focus on your wave clear right here. Just so you know, you keep those waves down, and if they dive without minions, then towers actually get stronger. So you know, you gotta be focusing on keeping those waves clear. You got some good wave clear. You can't really be starting fights at the moment, but you know what? They dived you on the tower, and we're a bit reckless. That fight actually went in your favor, red team.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I think they went. I think it was 4 for 3. Bran got a little bit greedy there beforehand, pushing up the. Bran was trying to go for Thresh landed the hook. There's double tower laser damage. It's just gonna do a lot to you, unfortunately. Yeah. In that situation.
Keep going.
No, I'm done. You go.
Okay. So yeah, focus on your wave clear, red team. Just keep clearing the waves out. Now, if they're doing that properly, blue team don't have a lot to really work with. The waves aren't pushed up. They can't use that insane dive power from Xin Zhao and Leona being able to get in there really easy with Sivir's ultimate. Gangplank just shooting from the back there, and Brent casting from the back. Look at all this damage that's come through with that pyroclasm. But he's gonna get cleaned up here. He's gotten picked off. A little bit out of position. You were able to trade for it, and your team managed to get there and pick up Malzahar.
I think Malzahar ulted a little bit too late there. He ulted, and then already an auto attack from Sivir was already flying at him. It was way too late to have that anyway. Like, it's unfortunate, but
blue team. I think
we're coming up, GG.
Here. Yeah, we're getting close. Blue team, what I would have been focusing on here, because you did make that dive on the bot lane turret, and you did end up going for about 2 or 3, I think it was. Not exactly in your favor. Quinn going for the big split push here. Probably needs to get... Actually, you know what? They're backed off a bit, so... Should have left earlier anyway, but what can I say? Blue team, you're playing against a team that has a really strong wave clear between Malzahar and Corki. And I've said many times now, the red team should be focusing on just clearing waves and trying to keep you back and hurdle a little bit so they can catch up to your lead a little bit more. What you need to do now is give them as few options as possible. That is the key to winning a game when you're ahead, is give your opponent as few options as possible. And before you sort of had it, you had that mid lane inhibitor down, it was pushing itself, and top lane was starting to push in a little bit, and you were all grouped at the bot lane tower. And that was good. And if you can just keep shoving, not diving, shoving, just keep killing the minions as they come forward and pushing it into that tower, the other 2 lanes are going to push forward. Do what's called the slow push. This was talked about many times before. Start a slow push on top lane, kill 3 minions in an enemy wave, leave it, and that will slowly push itself and end up with this big clump of minions right at the end of that lane. And it's basically like having a super minion in the wave, because there are just so many minions there that can take a tower by itself. Meanwhile, you've got the mid inhib down, and the supers are pushing it up, and that's just going to push itself naturally. And then the 5 of you are in bot lane, and you're shoving into the tower, and now your enemy have to make a decision. Holy shit, top lane's pushing into us with a giant wave, supers are running into our base, and 5 people are at our bot lane tower. What are we gonna do?
It's not a lot, honestly. You might have to go a 1-3-1 if you wanted to do that, to like, or a 1-1-3. It's like, it's a very difficult situation to be in.
See, it is a very difficult situation to be in, because the only real options they have is, well, they have to deal with the super minions, they have to keep that top lane tower alive, but they don't want to get dived in the bot lane. The second people start leaving the pack, Leona and Xin Zhao can dive.
Quinn Quinn trying very hard to try and carry this, bring it back a little bit for red team by picking up that bottom inhib. A lot of people are going to rush for it. She's going to die for it.
Split lane strategy as well. Quinn, don't think he's strong. Not Quinn. Well, Quinn wasn't strong enough there, clearly. But Evelyn, you weren't quite strong enough to deal with the pirate, especially with those baroned up minions. You need to respect minion damage, because there's a lot of it coming out here. The casters definitely get a lot of damage when they get baroned up.
They hurt. They lay at all points of the game. Like,
yeah. So this Baron, that was a very good Baron, you know? You only really need to just stand in the proximity of minions, especially with that really long range cannon minion. That's gonna just clear all the towers for you, a Baron up set of minions.
Ooh,
so,
Bran getting
greedy.
Oh, but Bran's surviving because
Space
of...
Age just ran out, and we're gonna close this game off. Blue team win with a very decisive lead.
That was...
Could have been cleaner, could have been a much cleaner lead, but hopefully you learn something, you use it in the next game. Think about your strategy.
That was really good peeling on Brand at the very last minute by Leona. Brand was getting slightly greedy, got ulted by Malzahar, but then the Solar Flare came down, stopped the channel on Malzahar ult, had a face of mountain on him, just managed to live through that, didn't die, and managed to get that damage out. Really good peeling by them. Good gameplay by all. Well done, blue team. Red team, you know, unfortunately things didn't go your way, but hopefully you can take something from this. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And use what your team has. Use the strengths your composition has, and work out what the strengths your composition has, and try and fix that up maybe in champ select. I see they picked this sort of champion. I'll pick the Xin Zhao Leona pickup. Xin Zhao's good at diving, so's Leona. They put them together. Malzahar's good at wave clear, Corki's good at wave clear, good to have them together. So, you know, play to your composition strengths.
So...
And I think that was Battle Arena week whatever.
If we want to, we can get, because it is Friday night, I mean, we can if we want. Get a quick ARAM in here. If not, then we can end the stream, but I'll see if I want.
What do you reckon, stream people? You want to play 5v5 ARAM?
Yeah, we can join in. bunch of people saying they're already in game. We can 1v1 if you want.
You and me one. You want to take on my Tarek? Who wants to see a trippy guy? Victor Bradley 1v1.
I'd be hard to shit for that. Yeah. Let's get casters in here for sneaky ARAM. Why not? One ARAM just to end it. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm pretty hungry right now. So.
I had bacon and egg.
Nice.
And I was drinking chocolate milk as well. I had a big milk carton of chocolate milk.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, alright, so we just need 2 more people and we can play quick AM. One more person. ADC is best role. Shout out to Stumpy's daughter. Super dead.
Whoops. Can you invite me back? I accidentally hit the quit button instead of the friends list.
You want
Bring me back.
Okay, wait. Jack Nichols. You dick butt. Alright.
I'm not
2 more people. Come on, guys. Yeah, I don't want to write those 2 people or that guy because they're all diamonds. Or that guy. Come on, Toxic. I know my friend Toxic. So come on, one more ARAM. If not, then. If not, well, I might want to just go eat dinner. I'm not going to play any ranked or anything today though. I'm on tilt. Unfortunately.
I'm looking forward to bed.
Oh, bed actually sounds pretty good. If we don't get, maybe at like in 2 minutes if we get like a lobby or something, if people want to come in. Seeing so many people with the DJ Sona icon, I'm sitting here with my pulse fight as a rule. I'm trying to think thinking I'm good. Couple, 3 more people, because we're gonna have us playing it. There you go. Ahead. You're typing very manically right now. Yep. There we go. We need 1 more person for the OCE Ballerina ARAM. First time in the history. All ranks welcome. Doesn't really matter. We just go in. It's for fun. It's for giggles. We're playing in it. Casters game. We said we always wanted to do this. We never have done it. We got to do it now. So we need to get one more person. Miss Fish, come on, Miss Fish. Miss Fish might want to play. He always complains about not playing. Okay, Dark Acorn doesn't.
We got some Dark ass
Dark Acorn and Torbjorn there, my friends. Alright, welcome to OCE Battle Arena, week 26, game ARAM. Random random picks. I'm gonna pick my boy.
Time for a true display of skill.
Idiot rule. Gotta go in this. We've had it's been very enjoyable streaming the 3 games this Friday night. I'm very glad to be able to host this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead, pick whatever you want. Don't give a shit. It's blind pick. We're playing ARAM. Casters are joining in. I'm gonna turn on my light.
This is not random.
Well, it doesn't matter. Blind pick, go hard. Doesn't matter. We're going nuts. Let's get crazy. Let's get nuts. I think people are just waiting to pick stuff. That might be my fault. This may not work. Oh, we can't let them see our. Gonna eat a peanut butter and chocolate. No, peanut and chocolate then. Ew, I don't want that skin, I want this skin. I want my boy. Alright. All pink.
Oh boy.
I'm ready, I'm hyped as fuck. Let's go. I'm gonna fake see Victor.
Oh please. I'd like to see you try.
Yeah. On quick game, why not? Why is my ping 600? This may not have been a good idea. Uh-oh.
No ping. Oh yeah, bitches. It's Victor on Victor!
Uh-oh. No, pingers, please. Oh no. That feel when you only have 1 megabit upload speed. No, turn off my phone's Wi-Fi. Oh well. Laggy as fuck, but have a fun game. Why am I on 500?
You finished doing what you were doing before?
No.
What are you eating?
So, one quick before I come out the door. I'm nearly done. See? Finally see a DJ Sony skin coming in here. This may not work, but if I'm blagging heaps, I might want to close the stream, but otherwise, it's been very fun streaming with the regulars, and thank you Victor for casting with us. Just want to play quick ARAM with the squad. Actually, I might just close the stream. Fuck it. Thanks for tuning in to Oswald Ballerina week 26. I'm True Guy 5, your host. I'll be joined by the awesome Victor Bradley. Thank you for co-hosting with me while we had a little bit of an absence from our friend Archie Daron. Thank you. I'm done. I'm gonna go play ARAM now. We'll catch you guys next week, 7 o'clock on Fridays. And yeah, cheers guys. Catch you later.
I'm gonna jump out of the call.